again, and it is the time of GSSoC 22, and a lot of people are waiting for this awesome thing called leaderboard. So today what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a mini leaderboard for my project, which is the Cats and Tech / Rezume, and it has been going on like fire with a lot of pull requests and issues getting merged and closed. So I thought of creating a small leaderboard for this to see how it looks in the overall pace. I know the GSSoC team is not going to be happy because we are going to implement our new leaderboard today, but behold, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to create the leaderboard on React.js because obviously a lot of people will know I breathe using React, and I'm just waiting to work on my next JS project, but let's see, it takes some time. Okay, so let's get started with React.new. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a React.js project using Code Sandbox using React.new. That is the very easiest way to do. So I'm going to use a sandbox for it. And well, as usual, I hate functional components. Sorry, folks. And in case if there are any recruiters or employers watching me, please don't hate me for this. So I'm going to get rid of everything here. And then I'm going to create a simple app, which is a class component. So class extends React.component, and I'm going to put my render function here. And inside the render function, I'm going to give my app, which is boom. So there is a div class name app, and here I'm going to put a small heading 2 or something like that. Or let's start with heading 1. Let me put as leaderboard, and then let's do this way. And now if I do it, I don't see anything coming up here. So let's wait for it to compile. Okay, cool. I do get something, but I guess the styles are a bit, we need to get rid of everything. So I'm going to get rid of everything, and then I'm going to save the styles.css as well. I would feel it would be really nice to include Bootstrap and moreover change a couple of things. Like, for example, let's put everything inside components. I mean, I still think this is not going to be a big deal, so I'm going to just remove this one. So I'll start with a simple style and simple app, and we'll go with that. So the first thing that I'm going to do is obviously go to github.com/praveen_bootstrap react helpers. I'm going to add some bootstrap stuff. Okay, before that, I need to also do some public stuff, right? So I'll go to the public HTML page, and here, what am I supposed to do? What do I have in this here? Okay, fine. So the first thing which I wanted to do is I wanted to have a particular URL from which I would be able to get the data about our project. So this is what the search API lets you do. So here's one of the search tools that I have got, and the query I have done is repo is Cats and Tech / Rezume, and is it merged? And then with the label GSSoC 22. So this is what I'm going to do. There are totally 8 pull requests merged, and that's the number of total stuff. And we are going to use this particular query to continue with all these things that we are working on. So now to get that, we have got this URL, but let's leave this URL somewhere here. And obviously I don't want any %20s. So I'm going to give plus, and just to make sure if this works as well, I'm just going to put this particular URL and see, it's going to show me the same total count 8 and all these things. Okay, cool. So I've got this one here. And again, the API is rate limited. So make sure you don't mess up too much with the API part. Okay, coming back to the index.html, I'm going to make it as resume and leaderboard, or GSSoC 22 Cats and Tech Resume. So I'm just going to use the same kind of a title here. So let's save this. And in this one, obviously I don't want to use this. So I'm going to go to this header, and let's copy all these things. I guess this is the basic header that I have got. So let me add header.js, paste it, save it. I'm just going to put, how many of you like the dark one? Because a lot of people will love the dark. Yes, I need to add this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do import header, oops, not this header, from Cool. So I get something like this, but it doesn't make any sense here because we don't have Bootstrap installed. So what we need to do here is I'm going to get Bootstrap. Yes, get bootstrap.com. And then let me go to the 4.6x docs because that is what the thing is about. So I'm going to add this here. Once I add it, I need to refresh this page and I get this. Oh, looks bad. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to give a font family as Open Sans, Sego UI, sans serif. Cool. That kind of looks okay. So let's get the Open Sans fonts from font.google.com and Open Sans, and I'm going to quickly select light, regular, medium. And I'm just going to copy all these 3 lines of the code and put it on the index.html again. So cool. Now you have got all these things. So if we refresh the page, you get something like this. Now we have done with the, we are not completely done with the full, like the public side of things, because if you open this one, you could still see a useless thing. Okay, fine. Don't shout at me. Yes, I'm also a dark lower, so I have put dark true. And also I would like to put a class name for this as first thing as header. Then I want to do justify content center so that it gets justified as center. So far what we have got is this one, and now we have got all the things that we require here. So now we need to find out somehow, some way to add the table structure, right? So before that, we need to get the data from here. So since we are using those class components, I'm going to use a state. And here I'm going to put the data. The data is supposed to be an object, I guess, right? So if I open this particular website, which is the data coming from, it is actually an object. For now, I'm going to put this object directly like this because I need to work with the object. So I'll start with this. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I need to put everything in the right perspective. So if I see this, what are we looking at? The number of pull requests, each of the pull requests, that is what we are looking at, right? So the main thing that I'm looking for is the number of labels, the label, which particular label has been used. So we need to look into that. And also we need to get the score of each label. Okay. So if I go to my, what do you call this? Let's go to the Discord channel and we might be able to find the scores. I'm going to quickly try going to our Discord channel. This is the GSSoC Discord, and here, let's see if there are any points. Level. Okay, so level means ideas and those kind of things are okay. I need the number of points here. This is okay. This is okay. No, not these things. Let's see something in the behind. Okay, let's start with level 3. And I don't see the number of points written here. So what I'm going to quickly do is in the PA general or something like that, I'm going to tag Subranil. Hey man, quick question. What are the scores for the different levels? I believe we have got 4 levels. Level 0, level 1, level 2, level 3. Can someone help me with this course? So let's wait for someone to answer this one so that we can get. I believe Subranil is here. So at the same time, I'm just gonna ping him on his personal WhatsApp as well. I know it's bad, but still, let's get the answer quickly, as quick as possible. Okay, so that's the main reason and nothing else. Yeah, I cannot show you his number. He will kill me. And we can also tell him that we are doing this on a stream or something. So I'm just gonna I'm recording a YouTube video for the same, and we'll see what he comes up with. Okay, fine. But before that, main thing is we really need to get the data. So we need to find out 4 levels, right? So for now, I'm going to create a small object const scores, which has got the levels and its data. Okay, so here I'm gonna have level 1. So let's start with level 0, and I'm going to give 5 points for this. Let's use level 1, 2, and 3, 10, 25, and 50, something like this. We don't know what are the real points. Don't take this as the real thing, but it's just for our leaderboard to make things work as well. Okay, so now one more thing which we are going to do is we need to find one particular get score function const get score, and this is going to be the PR object. Okay, and we will be getting the score of this one as well. So if this is the PR object, we need to find the labels here. So there are labels here. So these are the labels. So const here. So we got the labels here. And if we are trying to find out the score of this one, you have got the name here, right? So we need to find the name. So right now what we will do is, let's put a pre-tag, pre.em3.bglight.border bounded. Okay, so let's see. Okay, cool. Let me put a P2 as well. Now, if I put JSON.stringify, this is one weird way of like doing things, but let's see how it comes. So first thing is I want to use the get score thing and get score of this one. Okay, so it's going to shout at me. No, it did not. Okay, it is not going to do anything, right? Cool. So I would like to take the state data items of, let's say 0, and then let's do that way. Okay, state so we should be having labels here. So we are going to give this particular thing to it. I believe I have got a message from Subranil. Let me quickly check. No, we haven't, unfortunately. Okay, so it's unfortunately another live stream request, which I'll come to it later. It's about portfolio building live stream, so don't miss it. Okay, coming to this one, we are not getting anything at all from this, but in case if I start working on this particular function, so let me switch off this data. Okay, cool. So if I put return, you folks are awesome, and you can easily get the you folks are awesome here. Okay, so we are indeed getting the thing. If I do return labels, we are able to get these two things, right? Okay, so first thing is we need to find out how to get the labels from this one. Okay, so before this, I want to do a map here, and each label should only get the label dot name. Great, we have got this one. And let's also do to lowercase. So if we do all these things, we are able to get these things. Now we need to find out the labels that are inside this. So we can also do a filter function. Okay, yeah, it is not a function, I know. So what we are going to do is we will add a label and return if label includes no object keys. This is going to give me an array of these things. So I'm going to use this course. Okay, this is going to be a bit of worst times. So I'm just going to make these levels as lowercase. Let's use includes of L. And now you are getting only one label. Okay, but before that, I also would like to do a sort. So for example, if I have multiple labels and they are like level 1, level 2, level 3. So at that point of time, I want to make sure that all the label, the least number should be calculated. Now, if I get the first ever label here, I'm going to get the level 1. Okay, so but before this, I want to also make sure this particular thing has got some data in it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we can just directly give the constant itself. Const label is this one. And now if label.length, label is supposed to be okay, let's do return label. Labels is not defined. Okay, got it. pr.labels. Okay, so now if label.length is greater than 0, then do something else, return 0. So there are possibilities that they might mess up the names, the label might not be there. Now, if I have the length, so there are multiple labels that match our scores. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to return scores of label of 0. So it's a 10. So we know that it is of level 1. So we get it as 10. So we don't need this return function. So I'm going to go check one more thing. So this is get score of item of 0. How about I do get everything here? So for example, if I'm using items as the thing, I want to map everything. Okay, items dot map. So there is this item. This is the PR. So I'm just going to put I, and I would be getting only scores of each of them. So I told you that there are totally 8 different PRs that are here, right? So now you have got everything here. All the 8 different scores are here. So first PR is of 10 score, second is of 5, third is 50. Congratulations to whoever it is. So that's cool. So now we have got all these things. So I guess we got the answer here. 10, 20, 30 initially, but I have gone through the scores and concluded that 5, 15, 25, and 45. We were almost close, I guess. Oh, wow. That's cool. So let's try to update that. 5, 15, 25, and 45. I'm just going to quickly check with him if this is the correct one so that we can implement something really perfect. Thank you, Sobranil. I'm gonna say I'm doing a YouTube video for the same. This is the small surprise for you. Cool. So coming back to what we were working on. So we have got all these 515. Okay, so these numbers we have got, right? Now we need to also get to know who is the author of this. That's easier to get, right? So we have got each item has got this user.login, right? So what I'm going to do is we can kind of like put something like this. So if I put $1 like this, we get the score, and we can give the PR number as well. With PR number, these things, and we'll also add PR number by the user. Okay, so item dot user dot login. Cool. So we have got the list of login, like the login people. So super. Who got the 45? Sabin Francis. Congrats, man. Are you here? Make some noise. Cool. So we just need the PR number now. So if we go to the PR number, we have got the repository URL. All these things are there. We have got the state and other things. Okay, so we have got the URL here. There should be something called as HTML URL. So this is the PR number 125. We have the number, we have the HTML URL as well. Super. So these are the two things that we will be working on. So what I'm going to do now is PR number is going to be i.number. There you go. i.number. And it is by this person. And this is the score, which is great. Okay. So now the next thing that we are going to do is we need the link, obviously, in case if you want to use the PR link. I guess you don't need the PR link right now. So we need to group by the users. So this is something that we need to do. Okay. So let's try grouping these things by the user. I guess we might need to use something like a reduce function. So let's do one thing. Let's add all the list of PRs as well. So this is the list of PRs. Okay. And we'll write a small table function. So I'm just going to open getbootstrap.com and let's search for table. And in the tables, we are able to see this table. Hey, this table is super bright, like with the same kind of the dark thing, right? Okay, I'm just going to use this table. So let's copy this one. The only thing that we are supposed to make sure that we have, okay, wait. Dot container, dot row, dot call 12. This is what we should be making sure. And then let's add all these things. Now we'll make this as class name. And is there anything else? Any other? Oh my God, so many errors. Okay, first thing, let's get rid of all the errors now. Invalid DOM property at 41.5. Oh. Line number 41. App.js is this, correct? Okay, somewhere we have got class. See, let's make it as class name. So we should not have any other errors. So I'm going to refresh this page. Super, no console errors. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is table is okay. Table bordered. Yuck. There are other things that we can do with the table. Table hover, which is nice to know. Like, looks good, right? And what else do we have? We don't want the small tables. Border table, striped table. Yes, let's add table striped. Cool. This actually looks good. So the first thing is we'll do PR number, name or GitHub username. What else do we need? Do we need the title? Okay, we don't need the title. Score. That's it, right? So we got the PR number, GitHub username, and the score. Okay, these are the list of PRs. So what we can do is inside the container, inside the row, we can give a h2 saying list of all eligible pull requests. And here we have got all these things. Now each PR is going to be a thing, right? So this is going to be the stuff that is going to keep on increasing. So we need to use this state.items.map, and then here is where we are going to do everything. You know, there will be a lot of things that's going to come here. So let's put row, and then I'm going to save this here like this. Now TR should have a class called key, and it should have row.id. I believe ID is the right thing. So we have these things, right? So ID will be unique. Yes, this one is similar to your time, I guess. Yeah. Now the first thing is, this is the PR number. So hash, let's use this guy, i.number, should be row.number. That works. So it's 125, 123, everything is working fine. Now the GitHub username here. So the only thing we need to do instead of I is it's going to be row.user.login. Then we need to do get score of row. We don't need the last handle. Get rid of this. Yeah, for those people who have not got the row here, who have not got your name here, please kindly add your name. Name, let's see, user.name, something like this. Does it work? Oh. What do we have? Okay, I don't think we have the name here, so we'll just leave it that way. So list of all the eligible pull requests are here. And based on this one, we also need to get the number of users. For example, at this point, let's take this PR number 123. Okay. I know I'm messing around with the PRs, but it's okay. This is 120. Let's see, 123. This is the PR 123. I'm going to make a duplicate of this PR. And let's see if this actually works out well. If it doesn't, that's a different story. Cool. So let's go back to our real 123 and make it as, let's do it a number. Oh, we are in the 123 here already. Anyway, let's leave it this way. Okay. So now the fun part is we have 2 Manjus here, and then we need to add this particular score to her. Okay. So there are no more duplicates. So we will be using some kind of a reduce function here and then try to do something about that. Okay. So now coming back to our stuff, we have got this dot state dot data dot items and stuff like that, right? Instead of map, we are going to do a reduce function, and we start with something like an empty object. Okay. Now with this empty object, we have got an accumulator and okay, I hope this is the right way of doing things. Okay. So let's see. So we have an accumulator and we have a current stuff here. So now, okay, great. I'll just check it out. Array.reduce. So the first one will be previous value and current value. So that's correct. Accumulator and current value. Okay, cool. So accumulator is the contents that are here. So you just need to find out what is what. So current value has got these things, right? So let me first put something like this. Okay, this is what we had. So const username equal to cur.user.login. Okay, and if ACC of cur, let's use a type of variable for making sure everything is fine. Is undefined, then I'm gonna put ACC of cur. ACC of username. It would have been a disaster with the score. Okay, or else we'll start with 0. Okay, and then ACC of username. What is happening here? Not read properties of undefined. Okay, we'll look into it. Oh, got it. Yes, I know this. So let's put return ACC so that now it works fine. Okay, fine. Now you could see everyone's username has got a 0 as the score. The next thing is we are going to do is username plus equal to the score we need. What is the score? Get score of I. So let's put get score of cur, and we should be getting the scores now. Okay, so Manju has got 2 5s, so she should be getting 10, which we have got it. Now, great. So we have got all these data, and we don't need the PR numbers in terms of the leaderboard, but we still got the list of like an array kind of a thing. Now, all we need to do is we need to convert this into an array. So if I could make object.entries and put everything inside this, I get these whole thing as an array. Now I will be able to sort it. So what I'm going to do to sort it? So dot sort A comma B, obviously, and then I'm going to give A dot A of 0, sorry, A of 1 minus A of 0, B of 0. Why am I blabbering right now? B of 1. So if I do this, I would be getting it sorted ascending order, sorted in the ascending order. So what I need to do is I need to switch A and B here. So B comma A. There you go. So the first person is Seb Francis and Mit Abhay, Karman Kaur, Half Blood Prince. Cool. We got this particular thing. So this is the data that we require. So I'm just going to copy this whole thing, add this calculation somewhere here before the render function const. Maybe we can put it as a leaderboard and add this. Now let's get rid of all these things. We just know that there are two things here. So we are going to do a mini leaderboard. Okay. And with this one, there is this particular complete table. We're just going to copy this. Instead of PR number, we're just going to put GitHub username and the score. Okay. And we can get rid of this one. Now the leaderboard is here. We can do a leaderboard dot map each row, comma key. So we can do key here. Now, instead of row dot number, we don't have the PR number, right? Okay. I've been doing all the mistakes. So leaderboard dot map row comma key, and we have got key here. So this is going to be row of 0. And this is going to be row of 1. Hope it works. There you go. So it is all sorted correctly, and you have got this one. So now what I'm going to do is, let's have a quick look at what is, okay, yeah. Encountered 2 children with the key because we are not using it correctly, right? So that's fine, that's fine. We'll later on fix it. So now we have got this mini leaderboard, but one thing is I want to have this call 12, call 6, call MD6 maybe, and I'm going to use the same thing here as well. So what we can do is /dev, and let's copy this one and add it to this. So this way, if you're looking at a bigger thing in a bigger screen, you'll be seeing something like this. Now let's quickly do some styling here. H2, you're going to get something really nice. So padding 10, and font size is like 0.5. Good. Text align center. So that way it is looking far better than what it is, and font weight normal we can put so that it looks good. Okay. So this seems to be a mini leaderboard. And if I try to open this one in a completely bigger screen, you might be able to understand, like, boom, there you go. This is our leaderboard. Hey, it's actually a fake leaderboard. So let me try to make the original leaderboard. So what we need to do is, now we are going to get rid of all these data. Right. Now we should just put data as null, which is better, because, or something like that. And once the data is loaded, then do the stuff. So for this container row, we have this row, right? So we can have another row here, and we can quickly make a small alert. So use a primary alert, or like, let's use an info alert. And then what we are going to do is, this should be inside call 12. So this row or that row. So this dot state dot data, then do something else, do something. Okay. So this else part is here. Let's add it over here. And the if part is here. So let's try adding this one soon. We just need to find out which div is this one. Okay, cool. So let's cut this one. Boom. Still says cannot read property of, oh, yeah, I know. I understand. So we need to put this data inside this one. So what would be the best way to do it? Cool. Could put a small thing. It says loading data. So let it load data, And what we are going to do now is we need to give some space before this. So I'm going to give margin top 3 so that no margin top 4 maybe. And then it just waits in the loading data. And here I'm going to do component did mount. And in the component did mount, I'm going to do a fetch. And then it's going to fetch this URL. Okay, that's the same URL which I have written here as well. So we don't need these things. We don't need any of the, yeah. So it is this one. So let's start with fetching this one. Dot then, okay, before that, wait, don't fetch it right away. So this is going to be a response stream. So you need to convert the response into JSON, and then you need to convert the JSON. You get the JSON here, which is the data, which you are going to do set state. And okay, I hope this works. Boom, that works. This is real real code, because you can see Manju's data is like just 5, while we did not add anything else right now. So I guess we are done with it. So if I open this in a new window and see for ourselves, boom, there you go. This is the real data, and it is rate limited by GitHub. So make sure you don't use up the whole thing. So here we go. Since the number of pull requests and number of users are completely different, we are just getting this values. Now it's time for us to like go and enjoy or play or something, right? I really hope you all enjoyed what we built together, and it is right now live and updated. So go ahead, check it out. At least for my project, it is going to work, and enjoy. See you all. Happy open source, and see you. Bye.